Let's make our game a little bit more interesting. Right now, our box always spawns at the same position, which is fine for giving the player some information about where it is and what they might need to do, but it's not that interesting for gameplay. And in fact, later on, we want more randomization to happen. So the first thing I'm going to adjust here is I might take my car, the car, not the plane, all the way back to the back here, so I can see my entire play space, or pretty close to it when I spawn, so that wherever the cube spawns, I can see it. And what I want to do next is I want to go into my script, instead of giving it exact X and Z coordinates, because that's, remember, our coordinate plane up here in the corner. Y is up and down. I want that to be consistent. I want the box to spawn just above the ground every time. But I want the Z left and right from this perspective, and the X now the left and right. So those two perspectives to be randomized. So I need to know, well, what is the space that's possible for my boxes to spawn? I'm going to add a cube just to see really quick where things are. What if I put this cube right around this corner here? What's its coordinates? Minus 49 or minus 50, and the Z is at 50. So, okay, so 50 and minus 50 and 50. What happens if I crank it all the way to the other end down here? It's plus 50 and plus 50. Okay, what about the other end way down there? Plus 50, minus 50, and down here, minus 50, minus 50. So we have minus of 50 each, plus minus 50, and then over here, plus and plus minus. This tells me that my actual width of the board currently is 100 by 100. So I'm going to use that information after I delete this cube, because I don't want it just to be in the world. I want to be able to spawn it through scripting. I can spawn cubes within this play space through the box spawner instead of using this hard-coded set of numbers, using a randomizer instead. I'm going to say num1 and num2. And how I'm going to get these numbers is using the randomizer. And I'm going to say random in a range from negative 50 to positive 50. And my number 2 is going to be a different number in the range, again, of negative 50 to positive 50. We've learned about these randomizers before. Here's a quick recap. And instead of using these values, I'm going to say num1 and num2. What I've done now is, instead of hard coding in 5 and 5, I've now said I want a random number somewhere on this plane that each time I run the game will be different at setting up the initial state of that first box. So now when I run this, here's the box over here. Let's restart it and run it again. And, oh, there's the box right in front of me. Let's restart and run again. And there's the box way over on the side there. Nice. So now I have some randomized elements, and I'm thinking now maybe I want to increase my vehicle speed a little bit. These are things that we can always adjust at any point in time that we want. Let's make this double the speed. Let's see one more time how this randomization is working. I've got, there it is, over right near the edge, a nice easy one to knock off. Oh, I have to be careful about my own speed. Nice. However, kind of boring gameplay. There's nothing left to knock off. I feel like driving off the edge of the world. In the next video, we'll spawn a lot more boxes.